Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Spider-Man in the League of Realms in a War of the Realms adjunct book. This is issue number 3 of 3. This is going to finish things up, and yet, no, not really. Guys, do not read this book until you have read War of Realms, another adjunct book, the War Scrolls, issue number 3 of 3. There's short stories in here. It's only the first of the three that you have to read to understand why we figured out who Curse actually is. Because, yeah, it's a new curse. They keep on saying she, and it's like, what happened to Algrim? And it's like, I thought it was something that happened a long time ago. Apparently not. Anyway, we find out who it is in the War Scrolls book. So if don't want that surprise ruined here, then go read that first. Anyway, also really quick, hello. I'm noticing the Ranger's Apprentice. I'd forgotten about these books. It'd been forever since I've seen these books, and apparently now the Ranger, the Ranger's Apprentice is now the Ranger and has his own apprentice, a girl, and it's like, really? We're doing this all over again? I'm down with that. Because I remember reading the first one. I know there were more. I never got around to reading them. Now I'm like really interested in reading these again. So yay. Thank you for bringing these back to my attention. And seriously, real talk here. Ranger's Apprentice, worldofjohnflanaganbooks.com. Excellent idea to advertise in a comic book. I would have been smart to do it in more than just the one comic book, but whatever you got the money for. Seriously, like I'd forgotten about these books. And I always wanted to go back and read the other two that were in that series, that trilogy. Oops. But this reminds me to go and find them now. Next time I'm at Indigo bookstores over here in Canada. So, freaking good idea. Good job. Good job. Anyway, guys, this book itself, Spider-Man, The League of Realms, 3 of 3, written by Sean Ryan, illustrated by Nico Leon and Marco Failla, colors by Carlos Lopez and Andrew Crossley, letters by VC's Joe Caramagna. Cully Hamner and Brian Reber do the cover art, and the variant cover art is by Marco D'Alfonso. There's no page numbers on here, so I don't know who to blame for this one image that I saw. Honey Shot seems to get his back broken, and it's like, I want it to be a sad moment. I want to be like, oh, holy crap. But the way that it's drawn, like this one freaking image that of all things should have been drawn, to give us that feeling of desperation. Nah, man. It's just, it looks comical. He's just laying flat on the face first, flat on the ground, his hair covering his head and everything. It's like, it just looks so silly. I'm like, oh my God, that's just a silly picture. Okay, who cares? It took me, it snapped me right out of the moment. If you needed one really good image in this book, that would have been at least one of them. But yeah, that probably could have been the one. That was the one to really bring up some serious emotion. Anyway, we find out a little bit more about what's what in this book. We find out, like I said, what happened with the curse armor. I'm going to make the recommendation to look up Curse at Comic Book University. Look up Curse with the K, Curse, and then space Earth-616. The first entry that pops up on Google, at the very least, will be a directory to the Marvel database. It's a fan-operated site. I'm not nearly as active on there as I used to be, but I'm still in the top 100 of people who've contributed out of thousands of people. We've all contributed our time for free to this site to make this and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, it is the most comprehensive site out there, detailing a list of all the characters. We are better, much better than Comic Vine, and I personally would consider them the next in line, like the second best. We are undeniably the best. Just go and check it out. Whole bunch of free stuff up there for you guys to just peruse and update your knowledge, and maybe you'll find a mistake and you'll want to join also and help out. Who knows? More volunteers, the better. what do you call it? It's not like a Wikipedia page. We actually have, it's a Wikia page, but we actually have admins who make sure that nobody screws anything up, and we'll boot you if you do something silly. Anyway, when you find out who this person actually is, the name of the person who's actually in this curse armor, look up that name, space, Earth 616, Earth-616 to find out more about her. This book could have done a lot more. I love Spider-Man's armor in this, like the chest to the shoulder place. Like, that's a really cool look. He's got the little gauntlets on also. Very cool look. Totally digging that. The angel that's in here, I don't remember her name, but you know, her girlfriend was murdered just for the sake of conversation by Malekith, and it's like, you know, Malekith, I just want to murder one angel. I want to know what it's like. I've never killed an angel before. It's actually a good idea. I like that idea for Malekith. But this particular angel, like, between her and Curse, both just talking the whole time, just kill me, just kill me. And at one point, they both look at each other at the exact same time. I'm going to show you this image, and they're just at the same time, kill me. It's like, okay, dude, you know what? I'm done. That's just like that's a great way to take me out of a moment too. I mean, when I guess the idea of two characters fighting each other and they both want to die is one thing, but if they're both so blatant about it, kill me. Come on, man. We could have done better than that. This was a pretty cool story, but the ending was kind of a cop-out ending. It's like, we defeat everybody, now let's get back into the actual fight instead of just our individual fights. Really? Really? There could have been some closure in here, or some promise of something else to come. I feel like this ending could have been better. There's a lot about this comic book that could have been better. On certain pages, in the first half and the second half, the art could have been better. But like I said, Spider-Man is drawn awesome. There's a really good depiction of Spider-Man in here. As far as everybody else, Curse looks pretty good most of the time. I don't even think there was a time that I didn't like it. But unfortunately, like I said, the thing with Honey Shot, I mean, man, what a way to really get us invested in a character and feel some heartbreak over this character. If only it were actually drawn decently. It wasn't even drawn decently in this. It was such a glaring oof, you know? To translate oof, and you'll get what I mean. Anyway, guys, other than that, cool story. Just could have actually ended. Or just could have had an ending. This wasn't an ending. Saying, okay, go back to the main book now is not an ending. Because, duh, everybody's going to do that. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.